Hello, my name is Ya Cao. Today, the subject I want to share with you is Pascal's wager debunked. Really? It is my response to a video done by an atheist on YouTube called Rationality Rules. He said,
Pascal's wager argues that you're better off believing in God because if you're right, you stand to gain eternal joy, and if you're wrong, it won't make any difference whatsoever. Yet, on the other hand, if you don't believe in God and turn out to be wrong, you'll receive eternal suffering, whereas if you're right, it will make no difference at all.
However, this gentleman pointed out that there are so many religions in this world. Some of them also use Pascal's wager. Each religion believes in different deity. Therefore, he claims that this is a logic fallacy of false dichotomy. On the surface, he seems to be right. But I am sorry to say that he is pretty ignorant about religion. Many people think that even though religions have different deities, they are good at persuading people to do good. Therefore, they are essentially the same. Doesn't matter which one you choose to believe. From the surface, we indeed can see many areas where religions are very similar, especially in the area of morals, conduct, and behaviors. But if you look deeply, you will see they are very different in their essence. Actually, the three most important issues religions discuss are: first, the kind of deity or God do you believe in, and what are the attributes of God? Second, between God and man, what is the ultimate destination for man? And the third, how do you go about getting that? Now, from these 3 points of view, all religions are very narrow and contradictory, just like the guy said that they are sometimes mutually exclusive. For instance, Christianity believes in the God of Trinity. That is, there is only one God who created the heavens and the earth and everything in it. But within this God, there are 3 distinct entities or personalities, which are the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. What is the man's ultimate destination? To be with God, and faith is the only way to reach that. As for Buddhism, some believe in atheism, and yet others believe in all kinds of gods. The ultimate destination is after tens or thousands of lives, one hopes to escape the reincarnation and reaches the state of nirvana. That is the best one can hope for. What is the way? By practicing Buddhism, of course. For Islam, they don't believe in Trinity. Allah is the Almighty. The ultimate destination is after you died, you go to heaven. What is the way? By following the 5 pillars of faith. If you are a male, you need to go to Mecca for pilgrimage at least once in your lifetime. You won't know whether you can go to heaven until you die. Now, some believe that there is a sure way that if you participate in the jihad, the holy war, and then become a martyr, then you will surely go to heaven. We have seen 3 major religions. We can see they are very narrow, mutually exclusive, and they contradict to each other. Now, in logic, there is something called the Law of Non-contradiction. Simply stated that one thing and its opposite, that is A and not A, is logically false. A and not A cannot happen at the same time. A and not A cannot all be true. We apply this law, we can conclude that if there are many contradictory explanations of one thing, then there can be at most one argument is correct. Maybe all of them are wrong. That's a possibility. For example, some has raised a dog for 10 years. He didn't throw away the hairs the dog shed. Look how much that is. So he said all dogs shed their hairs. But then someone else stood up and said, "Sorry, my dog doesn't do that." Now, both of these men cannot all be true. Therefore, when we apply this to religions, not all religions can be right, and there is at the most one religion can be right. Maybe all of them are wrong, but they cannot be all right. When a religion is wrong, therefore they are believing in a false god or gods. Hence, it is very clear that there can be at most one true God. No matter what false religion you believe, you don't believe in the true God. Therefore, what this guy said about the false dichotomy is itself false. Pascal wages is referring to a true dichotomy because it is believing in the true God versus not believing in the true God. Hence, Pascal wages is telling you that you better off believing in the true God. If you believe and you are right, then you are stand to gain eternal joy. If you believe and you are wrong, it won't make any difference whatsoever. Yet, on the other hand, if you don't believe in the true God and turn out to be wrong, you receive eternal suffering. Or if you are right, it won't make any differences at all. You see, all the false religions falls on the not believing the true God category. Simply because false religions falsely using it does not nullify the validity of Pascal's wager. I'm sorry to say that the so-called rationality rules doesn't have much rationality. He doesn't live up to the name he picked. Pascal was a great mathematician. You ought to be very logical to be a mathematician. He was also a great philosopher, a great inventor, not to mention a great theologian. Pascal was one of the greatest achievers of all mankind. Compared to Pascal, this guy, he that without much rationality is really nothing. And yet he has the audacity to claim that he debunked Pascal. It is such ludicrous. So does the true God exist? What kind of God is he? I have a playlist called How Do You Know God Exists? Hope that will help you in investigating that. The first one is called Atheism is Unrealistic. The purpose of this is trying to let the atheist think about what atheism is really about. It is very simple. Atheists don't have a thread of evidence that God does not exist. It is meant to be a teaser for the playlist. The second one is about evolution. Evolution has become a holy grail of atheism because if evolution is true, then there need not be a God. Unfortunately, if you watch my video, you will know evolution is wrong. The third one, called Use Your Brain to Know God Exists, which shows you many examples in this world that God must exist to explain why those things happened. The fourth one, called The Death Knell of Atheism. I use a logic explanation to show that a first cause of the universe must exist, which has the attributes of God. Therefore, atheism cannot stand. The fifth one, called The Scientific Evidence of God's Existence. I gave at least 4 scientific evidence about the existence of God. In it, I also mentioned the Pascal's wager. What Pascal wagers reminds us is that the consequence of making a wrong life decision is so serious. I hope you will spend time to investigate whether God exists. I have issued a challenge to Rationality Rules to debunk my videos. Let's see if he can make videos to do that. Let's see when can he do that. I will also make more video to debunk his so-called debunked video. Thank you for watching, and may God richly bless you.